What's happening, my route runners? It's yours truly, Route Combo, aka the Professor on the Sticks, and today, this is the greatest catch ever, by the way, but today I am going to be grading the game of Madden 15. It's a sad part of the year, but it's also a very exciting part of the year because Madden 16 is right around the corner, and we've had a whole year to play Madden 15, and I'm going to break down the pros and cons of Madden 15 and give my overall grade between 1 out of 10. And also I talked with, when I was going to put together some notes for this video, never put together notes for a video before, I talked to the turf team as well, so I have what their grades are, and I'll go over that towards the end. So, I'm a glass half full type of guy, so let's go over the pros first. One of the pros for Madden 15 is protect the sticks. And I think this was an underutilized feature in the game. Whenever you protect the sticks, for example, on the goal line situation, you would have all 11 guys or however many guys that were in coverage that would sit there at the goal line. And it did a very good job of just some great coverage defense in the red zone. And then also, if it's like a 3rd or 4th down and 7, let's say, you can hit protect the sticks. You just know this guy's going to do some type of curl route or some type of slant route. The deep blue would come up and pick off that curl route. And it's something that I feel like was a risk-reward type of play for sure, but something that was definitely not utilized enough on Madden 15 this year. So second up is stats to play calling screen. And what I mean by that is it tells you how many times you've called that play before, and so I thought that was a pretty cool stat. So you could see how much you would abuse a play, or how your tendencies would be if you wanted to look over and say, "Man, I run this play 3,000 times and this other play only 50 times." And I thought that was a cool little feature that they added. Next up is route swapping. A lot of people hate route swapping, but I absolutely love route swapping. For example, like a coach can tell the receiver what to do, what type of route they want to run, and they run that route. And what it allows is more schemes. A lot of people, like, how many times did you run into people that run pistol bunch tight end? I ran the formation as well. It's a great formation. However, this game did not have a lot of uniqueness to it, unlike some past years. And I think route swapping really can open up to new schemes, and you can kind of morph receivers, so you can kind of stack receivers a little bit. And with the route swapping, it adds new routes and new dimension to the game, which I think could keep the game fresh and more fun. And the turf team, we all loved the route swapped end around. It was nothing like end around. Like, we don't run outside the pocket and try to do any of that stuff. You literally stay inside the pocket, and the route swapped was a lot of fun to run. It's hell to stop as well. I know that's definitely going to get some mixed reviews. And also, let me know in the comment section below if you agree with these, if you disagree, and what do you think are your pros and your cons as well. Next up is it was a great addition, because a lot of top level players would back up their corners and try to do some type of like cover 2 but show a cover 4, so you would manually like get your corners, push them back a little bit. And so all those type of show 2, cover 4 type of plays were a really great addition to defense this year. So there was a lot of other different pros, but those are the main ones I kind of wanted to go over that wasn't so I guess basic, but some new those are some pretty cool features I thought that Madden added to the game this year. And I really do believe Madden, we're on the pros right now. Madden was so close, and me and the turf team, we talked about this for a good minute, was so close to being a really good game. And the only thing that EA needs to do is show post-game patch support. They'll literally put out one patch in the whole entire game, and that's just not enough support. If they were able to fix some of the stuff I'm about to go over and patch it, it would have made this game a lot more playable and a lot more fun. So the cons, there's a lot of different cons, and especially when it's August. We've broken down this game for almost a full year now. So first and foremost, lob streaks. this was out of hand. People thought they were legitly good players with good schemes by just lobbing up streaks. And even you can even recall that Hail Mary play and throw it to the middle receiver, and he would somehow beat every defender down the field. It just got out of hand. And something that I really hope they address next year. It's something that needs to be addressed badly, because that almost breaks the game, makes it almost unplayable. That, and then the second worst thing, I'm not too sure if it's a PlayStation problem, but it's a huge problem on Xbox, and nobody has had more freezes than my boy Toke Nasty. Kevin, man, this guy has had more freezes than anybody I can ever imagine. Next up is counters and misdirections. This is something that a post-patch can easily fix. Lob streaks and counters and misdirections. The worst part about counters this year was it's not that it's an effective run play. The problem is it's the mechanics where the linebackers, if you're running a counter to the left, will naturally take a 1 to 2 step false step to the opposite way, and your guys just were completely out of position. And those run plays were just absolutely glitchy. And the next thing I think that made the game where a lot more people can figure out what you're doing if they play you a couple times and kind of have a general idea of what you're doing is previous play art. Without previous play art, a lot of people on defense are lost. What kind of routes is he running? What is he doing? Especially when you're in the heat of a battle, it can be very difficult to kind of figure out what your opponent is running. And it really dumbed down the game way too much, in my opinion. And let me know what y'all thought of previous play art. This is the first year it's ever been in the game. I'm not too sure if it's back for Madden 16 or not, but it's something I would be glad that it did not come back. And last but not least, for all of you MUT players out there, the worst thing you can do is spend a ton of money on all these packs, and pack odds are just terrible, horrific. You could literally spend $20,000 on this game and not have one legit good pull. I mean, there's been plenty of people on Twitch that spent tons of money, from Toke to GS, that very rarely did they ever get any pulls, and they spent thousands of dollars on the game, through donations, and then they spent some of their own money as well. But overall, the Turf team, we've come up with an overall grade from 1 to 10. My grade was a 7 out of 10. I talked to Toke, CC, and Kilo, and their grades were all the same, a 6 out of 10. So let me know in the comment section below what your overall grade is for the gameplay of Madden and some of the different, features that they added to it. Because this game could have been really great if they would have just had some post-patch support, in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the sticks. Appreciate the love.